What's going on, y'all? So, Blade and So Neil has been over for just over a week now. And yeah, so I'm just going to go over my impressions of Blade and So Neil as a day one player from the original Blade and Soul and just give my opinions on some things. So, with that being said, like I said, the game's been over for a week now. So, is this any better than the other Blade and Soul? Well, for the first 3 or 4 days, I was just playing off of nostalgia, just happy to be playing some of the old school content. The fact that the servers are so populated right now, everyone's on here at the same level, no one's way higher than the other person. Um, so after the 3 or 4 days of nostalgia has worn off, I'm still enjoying it. This game's still fun. The gameplay is great. The visual updates is nice. There's, like I said, there's lots of people still playing, so it's still fun to play. Even though the game's been out for about a week, we've got like I think less than a week before we get our level 50 update, which will bring us to Moonwater, which will give us more content. But with that being said, um, you know, once you reach the end game for where the game is at right now, basically you're just doing Tomb of Exiles or you're farming Pinchy. And even doing that for a couple hours a day is still fun. The gameplay is fun. That's Blade and Soul's bread and butter. Um, the, the Infinite Windwalking's great. The visual updates to the attacks and the effects and particle effects and graphical effects are nice. Um, my only gripe so far about Blade and Soul is the goddamn way that they handle skills. I just don't. This sucks. Like it's not terrible, but it does suck compared to normal Blade and Soul because basically, if you want to do PVE and PvP, get out of here. I'm trying to do a video. You're gonna need separate gear. Like you're gonna need one of each. You're gonna need two gloves, two bracelets, two earrings, two necklaces, and two rings. Because one's basically gonna have all your PvP skills, and the other's gonna have all your PvE skill or PvP skills. I don't know if I said that right. PvP and PvE. You got to separate them. Back in Blade and Soul, if I want to change my skills, I could just do this. I could click on this and say, oh no, I don't want that anymore. I want this. And I could just click on these, and then that would be my skills. And on top of that, they had a second tab here where you could have your different loadouts. So you could have one loadout for just all PvP skills for all of these, and then you could have another one that's all PvE. And you could just switch them on the fly. Now you need to farm. You need to farm these accessories, and then you have to have separate skills for each, which kind of sucks. I don't like that. But other than that, um, like I'm pretty much at max gear almost. Like these can be upgraded to like this is as far as this weapon go. I've got the endgame soul shield. I've got pretty much the endgame badges and accessories, other than just upgrading them. And I mean, the new patch is about to come out, so there's really no point in investing any more into this because I'm gonna have enough gear to run the content, the new content. Um, but I will say, as a free-to-play player, if if this is how it's gonna go, and you don't have to kill yourself to reach max gear, that's good. So far when it comes to player progression, um, you're doing good, Blade and Soul. Some people might think you're gearing up too quick, which can be a problem. I mean, if it only takes a week to get the max gear for each content update we get, that could be a problem because eventually you're going to run out of things to do. um, but I believe the Moonwater stuff's going to have more. It's going to have more content, so it might take longer to gear up. So yeah, maybe slow down. I know I shouldn't be saying this, but maybe slow down the gearing process some. Don't make it too quick because, like I said, after a week you're going to run out of content. There's going to be nothing to do. You're going to be bored, other than just farming one or two dungeons every day, constantly over and over again. Um, but with that being said, this stuff's not really hard to get. Like this was hard to get. This was really hard to get because you had to break down and farm a lot of stuff to get this, but this was alright. Getting the endgame weapon, that wasn't too bad. But this is just the very first patch of the game, so who knows how much harder it's going to be to get gear. I mean, I can't imagine they'd make this game too complicated, too hard right away, or you're going to scare off your players. So I can imagine the grind's going to get a little harder. But other than that, so far I feel like they're on the right step. As for pay to win, leave me alone, goddammit. As for pay to win, as this game was notoriously known for, would I say this game is pay to win? It definitely does have pay to win elements, because I mean, look at this. You can buy this stuff. I can go and buy Endcoin to buy these crystals. And then I can buy this. Now, I don't know how the hell, listen to me, I don't know how the hell people are acquiring purple blue book skills already. Because in order to get purple blue book skills, as far as I know right now, is the only way to do that is to fucking transmute them. And then in order to do that, you need to get at least 20 of these pages, then transmute this, and then you have to break these down to have enough pages. You need to make 20 pages of this, and then when you try and make this the blue book skill, there's a chance you could make a green book skill if you fail. So I mean, then you have to make enough of these blue book skills to get a heroic, to be able to have these pages to get 20 of these. So you're talking like hundreds of these pages, because you're not guaranteed to get a blue book skill. You could get a green one instead. And then when you got enough blue these pages from blue books to make one of these, god damn it, leave me alone. There's still a chance that when you're trying to make this, you could fail and make one of these. So I don't know how the hell someone's been able to farm enough materials to get these to make these books. But like I said, it still has pay to win elements, because if someone's got enough money, they can buy this right away. And these are powerful skills. Like these purples are powerful. You can see there's not very many, but they're powerful nonetheless. They're going to definitely give you an edge, on top of being able to buy. I can come as a day one player. I can make a brand new character at level 1. Level 1, swipe my credit card, and I can buy this. This is the endgame weapon. I can buy the endgame weapon, as well as accessories. I can buy the endgame accessories. I can buy the endgame ring, and there's no level cap. So in the old Blade and Soul, you had to be certain levels to use endgame weapons. Not in Neo. In Neo, you can be a fresh level 1 and have the most powerful weapon and powerful accessories in the game, and just equip it to that character. Right there, bam, you're good to go. So does it have pay to win elements? Yeah. But at the same time, the only time I consider this pay to win in these circumstances is mostly when it's PvP. PvP I consider play to win because that affects the player the most. That gives the player an unfair advantage against another player. But when it's PvE, you know, if I'm a new player, free to play, and I've got a whale that's in my party, in my dungeon, do I consider that pay to win? Because they're going to help me. They're going to make my dungeon run easier by being that much more powerful than me. So yeah, I guess it is kind of pay to win, and it's not in certain ways. But also, this economy is driven off of players. These divine gems are injected from players. So these divine gems only exist because players are buying them and then loading them up and buying them off of other players. So that's me swiping my card, buying like 10,000 gems, and then someone selling items for gems, and then me giving that player gems. So it's other players injecting it into the game instead of NCSoft injecting fake currency by making things on the player shop or the Hongmoon store. Instead of them putting them on here and players having to buy the stuff right from here, you're buying them from players. So I guess in some sense there's an advantage if you know how to work the market. But I don't think it's that bad. It's definitely not as egregious as the first Blade and Soul. But again, the game is in its first patch. It's in its baby phase, and everyone's still in their honeymoon phase with this game, where the game's still fresh and still new for a lot of players. But for me, so far so good. And if I was to rate the progression of where this game is at right now, I give it a 7. I give it a 7 on enjoyability, playability. So we'll see if that goes up, if it maintains, or if it goes down the hill. But NCSoft's got new management. They've got JJ there, so hopefully this game will thrive and prosper because I'm enjoying it. So that's just my small opinion on this game from a small YouTuber. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the game. If you guys agree, disagree with me in some of my points. And I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.